Good evening, and welcome back to another episode of Conscious Dating Online with your host, Francis Mahan. I know that my site is no longer working, but for future references, I am still recording on Conscious Dating Online for my next site, which will be in the near future, of course. Welcome back once again. Today's episode or theme will be about the innocence of falling in love when we're young and the difference when we are older and more mature and we know the consequences, the expectations, the pros and cons, and everything that goes along with falling in love and out of love as well, which happens quite often today. People fall in love and for no reason they get divorced and they fall out of love. I don't know the meaning of falling out of love. I don't know how you can fall out of love or in love. It's almost as if you are in a fountain of youth, and in that fountain of youth there is love, and you fall inside a fountain, therefore you're all in love. So when we are young, and I have been through that, so I can speak from my own experiences, we are innocent. We're seeking for that love. We have an intense curiosity for knowing what is falling in love. Are we accepted by our partner? And we seek for that intimate relationship that we think is love, but we are not even sure. Because until you have fallen in love, you don't know what falling in love really is all about. And as young, we are innocent and we are fearless. We do things without knowing the consequences, and there are consequences to our actions as a result. And we continue seeking and looking for that love to be accepted. I believe that is more a thing of identity, because as young or as a teenager or girl, boy, if you are loved, you feel more accepted. You feel as part of the crowd. You feel as if you have an identity because now you have a partner and you identify yourself with that partner. Before that partner came along, you are just you without much identity. So what happens when we seek for love without knowing that there is rejection, that there is hurt, that there will be some expectations when we fall in love from ourselves and other people as well, or our partner? Are we going to follow the rules and the boundaries that are set for different people? Because although some young kids seek for love, some are Christian, some are with good family, and they have rules and boundaries set up from their parents and sometimes from themselves. So how do people cope? It is my view that the ultimate expression of love, which the youth understand, is the expression of the theatrical reality of Romeo and Juliet. And why is that? Because today, more than none or often, we see young kids falling in love with a love that is a form of possession. If I cannot have you, nor will anyone else. And it is almost as if they're portraying their love as Romeo and Juliet, not necessarily wanting to die because the person is not dying. They're actually killing their lover. And we see that very frequently today in our society. It's called killing in the expression of love, or not mercy for killing, because there is really no reason, but passion. Murder for passion is what they call it, where someone is so deeply in love that they decide, if I cannot have you, then you must end. But why is it that when a person does that, they don't end themselves? They continue to live, but they want that person to die. That is selfish love. That is not until death do us part, like Romeo and Juliet, which interpreted their love. No matter what happened, if you don't leave, I don't leave. See what I mean? It's big difference. It's a big interpretation or difference in the expression of love. It is curiosity, and it is the ability to want to know and seek for self identification in others, that some young people decide that they want to fall in love with somebody else. Because we should ask ourselves the following question: if it is so easy to fall in love, or if love represents such a great importance in the life of people today, 20th century, or even 10 decades ago, why are there so many divorces? Why is it that when a man matures and his partner matures, well, he decides, I no longer want to be part of this marriage. After 20 years, you discover you have incomparable characters? Wait. You should have discovered that at least a year after you were married. You will know all the hints of that person, or 3 years that you're married to, by the time you live with them for 3 years. It is understanding that in 3 years, you may not get to know your partner completely. And sometimes you don't even know your partner, no matter how long you live with them. Under those circumstances, you can say, okay, incomparable character, we don't get along. You've been getting along for 20 years. What happened now? What changed that you decided you no longer want to be with your partner? Then ask yourself the following question: why do people last? Why are there marriages with 50 years anniversary, 40 years anniversary? What distinguishes those couples from people today? Is it the fact that we're looking for something else other than love? Perhaps it is. We have become a very wise, conscious, aware society about what is it that's going on. What is relationship? However, I am certain that that is not the problem. It is not the problem that we are conscious. It is neither the problem that we are aware, but perhaps it is the fact that male as well as female are tempted by the impression that we, both men and women, give out into the world today. Why? As a result of shortage of men. Because there are more women than men today in our society, there is a desperate need for connection, regardless of the circumstances. And what a shame that is. That leaves us with a following situation. It's not that it's difficult to find a partner. It is that once you have set your rules and boundaries, people will rather have a scapegoat or a form to go their own way and seek for something that gives them more pleasure than to try to work hard at a relationship that is more everlasting. Think about that. The closer you are with your partner, the more you understand each other, the more you communicate, the more you know what your partner wants, and vice versa. The more you are engaged into different activities and social as well as religious or traveling, fun, vacation, the more you know your partner's need, and the more you get to know your partner with age and time. So to say, oh, I am tired, I no longer want to be with my wife, that's not true. I can assure you that 88% of the people that got divorced, they do love their partner. They are in love with their partner. However, there is a higher temptation out there that is calling their name that they feel is going to fulfill all of their needs. And sometimes it is the fact that one of the two, or in a relationship, have neglected their partner and maybe even themselves. When you sacrifice yourself so much to give your partner everything that your partner needs, you are neglecting yourself. And therefore, you are losing yourself in the relationship. It is not that people grow apart. No, it is that we become so accustomed to our partner, we get comfortable, and it becomes like our home. We are together, we are happy, we are working, we are providing, we enjoy beautiful moments, we go out, and that becomes a customary situation rather than a continual form of exchange where things can be new and different so that there is no burden in the relationship. I don't believe in incomparable characters because incomparable characters are known when you're dating. This is the reason why you choose one partner over other. Which brings me to the topic of in love as you are an adult, which is so different. I can attest to the fact that when I was young, if someone didn't call me, I wanted to know why. Why did they not call? What's wrong? Is he seeing somebody else? Am I not his interest anymore? Just the curiosity of wanting to know why a person doesn't call was big enough to puzzle you and maybe even pick up the phone and try to dial that number. Knowing the consequences, either the person will not answer you back or they ignore you completely, never to hear from them again. Why? Why does that happen? I tell you why. It happens either because your rules do not accommodate his needs, you may not be what he's looking for at the moment. Sometimes men are not looking for commitment. They just want somebody to share a beautiful time with, and you become their friend. And that is very common nowadays. Oh, have a friend so you can have company. Okay, well, that is good for some, not for all. It is nothing wrong or nothing to do with you, the individual, whether you're young, whether you're old, or whether you're beautiful or not. Remember, you are worth it. And if a man or a woman changes their mind about talking to you, continuing a relationship with you, or even communicating with you, perhaps it is the best thing that ever happened to you. Because you are, by all logical means, being prevented from suffering the consequences of that individual's behavior, which can eventually end up hurting you. If you are not what he's looking for, you and him already know that. So let it go. Allow things to flow as they are supposed to be. That way, you give someone else the opportunity to come into your life and fulfill the gap of that which is required to make you a true, faithful, comfortable, happy partner, one-on-one. Oftentimes, people are desperate to have a partner, desperate to be dating, desperate to be into a relationship, when in essence, it's not about the relationship. Imagine if you continue to date and every time you meet someone, of course, you attract the same circle of people, you continue to have the same kind of discomfort, disappointment, and problems over and over again. Why? Because you're not taking your time to see what is it that you want, what is it that's out there, and get to read through the aura of that individual that you're meeting to find out what they're really all about, because that is very important. Oftentimes, because we bypass those signals that are telling us precisely what is there, is the reason why we end up either having a connection in a wrong relationship or being disappointed or being hurt. All of the above. It is good to know that when you're more mature, you are more confident, you know what you want, you know what you don't want, and you just do not enter into relationship that can cause you more harm than good emotionally, mentally, psychologically, and even spiritually, because there will be people that come into your life that are so detached spiritually, or they are energy suckers that want to take all your energy and leave you empty until you find yourself completely lost in a relationship instead of in a relationship with a partner. So beware, my friends. It is beautiful to be young and to be innocent and to fall in love. But the beauty of age is that we know what we want and we've been through the chaos. And that is why I'm giving you a few hints about what is possible when you're seeking for love and you are not aware of what is going on in the mind of your partner or the person that you have met. I hope you enjoyed this section. Please subscribe to my channel on YouTube. My name is Francis Mahan. Have a wonderful weekend. Love and light.